All right, this video is going to be showing you how to use a TI84 calculator. I'm going to start off by showing you the emulator online, but in a lot of cases, kids will just have their own TI84 calculator. When I say TI84, I mean TI83, TI84 Plus, TI84 Plus C, whatever. They're all the same, right? It's basically that you've got a graphing calculator. If you have a Casio graphing calculator, just take it back to the store, throw it out, try and gift it to a neighbor. I don't know what you got to do to get rid of it. Just do whatever you can. I'm just kidding. You can make it work. I'm just going to do the TI tutorial here for us though. So with a TI84 calculator, the thing that I'm most interested in displaying right now is the ability to use matrices. So in doing so, I'm going to show you guys how to find the emulator online. If you just search TI84 emulator, it'll pop up with the first link here, education.ti.com. When we go there, there's a number of download options available. We're going to do whichever we have, a Mac or a PC, to do the Windows version here. So I've clicked and downloaded this version, and now I'm going to show you what it looks like. Before doing so, I'm going to take you through some of the commands on the calculator, just so you can see when I want to clear my calculator, I'm going to do second memory, go down to option 7, which you can scroll down to or just hit 7 for reset. We're going to select all RAM, and then we're going to reset our calculator. And I'll show you how to do this in the actual like step-by-step interface in a second. I just want to show you the screen instructions here. So if you want to take a screenshot, go for it. To enter a matrix, we're going to do second matrix, edit, we'll go to our first matrix, then we're going to specify the dimensions, so we're going to say a 2x3, 3x5, whatever. We'll enter our data next, enter 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever your little points are. Enter will bump you to the next spot, or you can scroll through, and then once we've entered in all of our information, we'll hit second quit to exit. Again, this may not make sense to you right now, but if you want to take a screenshot, it will in a minute. Next one here is when we want to add and subtract matrices. First, we want to make our matrices whatever we want to make them. So typically we'll just enter in matrix A and matrix B. Once we do so, we're going to hit second exit. So once we've got to the point where we've got our matrices entered, we're now going to do second matrix, and we're going to hit enter as you hover over the matrix that you want to add together. So matrix A and matrix B, for example, which I'll show you, in an example in a second here. We're going to then put a addition or subtraction sign between the two. Very important not to put the minus sign, which is in the bottom right corner. It's the biggest mistake I see people make, just confusing the subtraction sign with the negative sign. After, we're going to do second matrix, grab the next matrix we want. Now it should look on our screen like A plus B, and then we're going to hit enter, and it'll actually add them up for us, or subtraction if we want to do that. Last one here for scalar multiplication, we're going to put the number we want in front of the matrix we're using. So again, we're going to go enter our matrix, then we're going to hit second quit. Once we've got the matrix in there, we're going to do whatever scalar we want. Say I want to multiply it by 5. So I'll enter in a 5, then I'll go to second matrix, grab the matrix I want, and then I'll just have a screen that looks like 5A, and I'll just hit enter, and it'll do that multiplication for me. So again, I would suggest taking a screenshot. That way you have all the steps out here. Now let's jump to actually doing it in the emulator. So here's my matrix emulator, my TI84 emulator here. I'm just on the silver edition. You could do the silver C edition, whatever. I'm just doing this. So on this emulator here, I'm going to show you just very straight and forward how it works. There's keys I can press. 2 plus 3 equals, and it pops out a 5. It's a bit distorted here in terms of what you'll probably like to see aesthetically. So I typically just end up staying on the mini screen here when I'm looking at it, but I did want to make it large screen because I know that on videos sometimes it can be a little shrunken, especially if you're like watching on your phone or whatever. If I want to clear my screen, I'll just go ahead and clear it. If I were to scroll up here, I would see previous stuff that I've done. So if I didn't want to see the previous stuff I've done, maybe I want to reset my memory. So I'm going to go through the first step from the last slideshow that I just showed you here. I'm going to go second, and I'm going to go to memory in the bottom right corner here. And I'm going to go either down to option 7 by scrolling, or I can just hit 7. So here I've scrolled down, I can hit enter, or I can just hit 7. So now it's setting me to reset. all RAM or just defaults, I'm going to hit all RAM. So I'm going to hit 1, or you could again just hit enter as you're hovering over it. And now it says, oh, you sure you want to reset all RAM? And then we're going to say yes, reset it, which is 2. So now I've reset all my RAM. I should see a little screen like this that pops up. You can just clear to hit out of that. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is how to actually enter in a matrix. So we're going to do second, and I'm going to go to matrix right here. And now this screen pops up. Okay, these are all of my matrices, all the names for my matrices. I don't actually have any matrices entered right now, so I want to change that. So I'm going to scroll to the right. This is all the math I can do with it, but I'm not there yet. I just want to edit one of my matrices. I'm going to edit matrix A. So I'm going to hit enter as I'm hovering over it. Now I'm entering the dimensions for my first matrix. Now let's just say I want to make it a 2 by 3. I would hit 2, enter, and then 3, enter, and it bumps me to the next spot. I recommend using enter. You can use the scrolling here. So if I want to go back up, I can just scroll back up, and I can scroll back down. I can scroll to the right, I can scroll to the left. Let's just enter a matrix here. I'm just going to make it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Ha! You thought I was going to do 6. Gotcha. So now I have my matrix and I'm done. Now I want to get out of this screen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit second, quit, and now I'm back at my main menu. So we basically think, okay, maybe what I did didn't work. It's black magic. Mr. G tricked me. Well, let's just go to second matrix here for a minute. Oh, look at this. We have a little 2 by 3 popping up here because that's the matrix that we just entered. So let's grab that matrix by hitting enter. Once I've hovered over my matrix, I'm selecting it. So by hitting enter, I'm bringing it to the main screen. If I just wanted to see what this matrix was, because I was like curious, I forgot what I made it, we can hit enter as is right now, and it will display that matrix for me. Now let's say I want to do some clever stuff with that matrix. Let's say I wanted to do scalar multiplication. I forget what the exact order was. I think I did addition of 2 matrices first, so we'll do that. So let's go make another matrix. Let's go to second matrix. Now I'm going to scroll down to matrix B when I'm in my edit screen. The biggest thing people forget too here is they think they're going to enter or edit, their matrix in this screen. We have to be under the edit menu. So go to edit, go down to matrix B, and now let's make this a 2 by 3 as well. And we'll make this one 5, 5, 5, 6, 3, 2. Perfect. So now I'm going to exit out of this by second quit. And now I'm going to add these 2 matrices together. I'm going to go second matrix. I'm going to grab my matrix A by hitting enter. And I'm going to say plus. And I'm going to take my second matrix and I'm going to grab matrix B by scrolling down. Now I've got A plus B, enter. Now let's say, for example, I didn't do a 2 by 3 and a 2 by 3. I did some combination of matrices that could not be added, like a 2 by 3 and a 2 by 2. If I did that and I tried to do my matrix addition here, the calculator would yell at me. So let me show you what that would look like. If I want to edit this first one, so say we make it a 1 by 3, for example. So I'm just taking the first row out. I'm going to do second quit. A quick and easy way to grab the stuff I've done before is you can do second enter to go scroll up and grab, or you can just scroll up on the arrow here and then hover over it and hit enter. Those are 2 different ways you can grab the previous thing you did. And now that it's hovering for this screen here, I'm going to hit enter. And then it's like, oh no, the dimensions mismatch, can't do it. Okay, cool, thanks calculator. So now I want to talk about doing scalar multiplication. Scalar multiplication is when I have a number sitting out in front of my matrix. So just to show you guys here, we'll grab matrix A for a second so we can look at it. So matrix A was 1, 2, 3. So what if I did 2 times matrix A? So this is my scalar multiplication in action. When I do this, it should give me 2, 4, 6. Oh my goodness, just like that. So that's how we enter, or excuse me, that's how we clear our memory, that's how we enter a matrix, it's how we add matrices, and it's also how we do scalar multiplication with matrices. I think that is all I want to cover in this one. Yeah, so in future videos, I'll start covering how we do matrix multiplication and different things of that nature. So more to come.